Jack Ebling and Lindsay Huddleston here at Breslin Center. It's another Press Pass preview. What a win for Michigan State tonight. Michigan State a 10-point favorite. Didn't think they'd win by 20 against the Fighting Illini.
You're right, and if you listen to Coach Izzo's press conference last week after WMU, he was really concerned about going into Big Ten play, and especially the way his bigs played. But with the way Xavier Tillman played, I guess he wasn't too concerned after that.
Tillman was everywhere, 7 for 10 from the field, 19 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 blocks, tremendous defense down low on Kofi Coburn.
Mm-hmm.
And the Illinois bigs that everyone was so worried about combined for 11 points.
Wow, that was tough. I just think that this Michigan State team really attacked those guys. They took heed to the coaching staff and what they needed from them, and that's probably led to the outcome and the results that they got today.
Kofi and Georgi Bahanishvili combined 4 for 19 from the field, but Illinois shot so bad, and not sure how much of that was Michigan State, some, but Illinois missed a lot of open shots as well. You look at the percentages, 10.7 from three-point range.
Wow.
3 for 28.
Wow.
3 for 28. They missed 25 threes, less than 30% from the field, 60% at the line. And Michigan State had made some free throws. This game would have been over at the half.
Sure.
Instead, they made a couple big stops in the second half and then hit threes and blew it out.
Yeah, and it worked out well. There was another notable experience. It almost was Aaron Henry NCAA tournament 2.0. You know, you saw a little time where Coach Izzo got really excited and got on him. And I posed a question to Aaron later. Is that always going to be with him? He said it's probably always going to be associated with him. But Coach Izzo said he has an expectation for him and he wants him to live up to it.
Yeah, and he had 10 points, 9 rebounds. Did have 4 turnovers, and some of those turnovers led to Illinois three-point plays, or the game would have really gotten out of hand. It might have been 30 instead of 20. But I thought the 2 stars of the game, and you have to mention what Cassius Winston did his first game back, 21.6 assists. But I thought the star of the game was Xavier Tillman, but the second star was Marcus Bingham Jr.
Yes.
And I don't think I've ever seen a guy impact a game that way without scoring a point.
How about it, right? I mean, when you go into the locker room and the press is all around, they're just crowding around him. And I remember so many games, he would just be there and no one would be talking to him. The question I posed to him, to your point, Jack, is when you were in high school, how did you feel about a game where you scored 0 points compared to now? He said in high school he would have had a problem with it. But now in college, playing at this level, he knows that he's still contributing and doing a great thing.
12 rebounds, 5 block shots. It's hard to imagine any player in this day and age being happy with 5 more blocks than points. But he was, and his teammates really appreciated it, and they were teasing him about that in the locker room. But he was very, very important when Tillman was not in the game. Then Bingham drew that responsibility and really frustrated Coburn down low. And he had to be in there quite a bit. He played a lot of minutes tonight, more than we had seen in the past. He was in the game 20 minutes.
Right. I mean, he started off the game with a block against Coburn going forward. I mean, he just stayed focused, and he also talked about how he listens to Xavier Tillman. Sometimes you'll see Xavier talking to the referees to get feedback. You see Markey doing the same thing. He said he got that from Xavier. He said he sees him doing it. It works for him. So he's following someone who's doing some great things, and, you know, that's a smart way to go.
It was one game where if the coaches were ranking the officials for the NCAA tournament, none of these guys will be working a postseason.
Yeah.
No one was happy. I think back to the call at the end of the first half when Kyle Ahrens got 3 free throws, only made 1, but Brad Underwood was just saying, wow.
Right.
Wow. And that was after he had his technical, or it would have really exploded. But there were some interesting calls.
It was tough. I mean, we're opening up Big Ten play. It's the best league around, and this is the start of something. I think people will probably expect it more from this Illini team, but that doesn't mean that the next opponent coming soon won't bring everything that they have.
Michigan State now 3-0, and that's what matters most at this point. But Michigan rolling in here Saturday afternoon. And these players are well aware of this series. They remember every game in that 3-game sweep of the Wolverines last year. and 2 of them were for championships.
Yeah, that was a big thing. All things were kind of riding on that at one point. I talked to Rocket Watts after, and I asked what his thought was going into this big game. And the funny thing he said, it's all about Cassius. He wants to do it for the senior.
Yeah.
So these guys are quickly jumping into the tradition and being able to almost self-sacrifice to be able to give the seniors, they just do as they go out.
When I asked X about that, he said no comment. He didn't want to talk about Michigan. Nothing good you can say. And everything you say can be used against you. So they'll do their talking out on the floor.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to go. It's going to be an exciting game early in the Big Ten season, almost probably a potential look at what the Big Ten championship, at least deep in the tournament, may look like. And I'm sure Coach Izzo is focused on making sure he gets the outcome he needs out of this game.
X did say after the game how much this team is growing, how much progress he sees. Maybe more than some fans had seen until tonight. It's kind of like we saw this coming. And for Illinois, a team that was up big late against Michigan and did get a win in Champaign, a team that was up big at Maryland and let that one slip away, this is one they're going to want to forget. They'll burn the tape on this one.
Yeah, they'll burn the tape. I asked Coach Underwood after the game, I said, compare this year to last year. Michigan State had a team with lottery picks on them, and they really took them down to the wire.
Yeah.
He said it was all about the shooting. He said they couldn't hit any shots today, and that was a big difference right there.
Illinois is not a good shooting team. In fact, one of the worst in the Big Ten. But Illinois and Michigan State were the top 2 teams in the league in rebound margin, and they both finished with 48 rebounds. So that was a standoff. But Illinois is not going to shoot 3 for 28 from deep very often.
Sure. I mean, I think with that stat line, it kind of goes back to giving Markey a lot of credit for him at least neutralizing their bigs and helping put that at a place, because had those bigs really got their game going, there's no telling how that would have opened up the game. So we probably don't even see the benefit of what Marcus Bingman's play had did and how he really helped the team.
And you never know in a game like this, when the lead gets big, it can come down in a hurry. Indiana had an 18-point lead late tonight and lost, so that can happen, and Michigan State needs to take care of business Sunday against Michigan, and then against the other U of M, Minnesota, the one with the better football program.
Right, how about it?
That's next Thursday here, 1 week from tonight. And if the Spartans can do that and get off to a 5-0 start, Tom Izzo was asked how many wins it's going to take.
Yes.
And he said, 15 might be the number out of 20, so that's 5 losses. And in the past, sometimes if you'd lose 5, you were playing for second place.
Wow, that's tough. Well, it's definitely going to be an exciting time when the Wolverines roll in here. Do you think this game, a 20-point win to open up Big Ten play in 2020, is it going to get these guys fat and sassy, or are they going to still stay locked in, referring to the Spartans?
Oh, I don't think the coach is going to let them get fat and sassy. That's he doesn't live with that. So I think these guys will enjoy tonight, and they'll get ready. Some of them will start at midnight, watching tape and getting ready for a big game Sunday. And there's nothing like beating your rival, and there's nothing worse than losing to your rival at home in your last year.
Right.
So for Cassius Winston, as you say, what Rocket told you, they want to send him out, all the seniors. Connor George was talking about it in the locker room. That, it's the last time, how fast it's gone. But you don't get many games like Sunday. That's what you come to Michigan State to do.
That's what you come there. But speaking of doing other things, what else is going to be happening on Sunday?
Well, we have a press pass. Looking forward to that. We got a little different crew this week. We have Tom Crawford back to critique the bowl games.
Of course.
And then we're going to have a couple of basketball specialists. Larry Lage from the Associated Press, who also covers Michigan football, will be with us. And Brendan Quinn. Been waiting a long time to have him on the show.
Finally got him in there, huh?
Finally got him. So it takes a Sunday afternoon game. And Rico Beard was complaining about being benched. I said, you're just not producing enough. What can I say?
Just tell them to be ready. Just stay ready.
Yeah, stay ready. You'll get your chance.
Right.
So looking forward to that, and that will be 11 p.m. Sunday. We will have a comprehensive review of Michigan State. We'll be talking about Michigan, Alabama, Wisconsin, Oregon, the national championship picture. We've got NFL playoff games, so a ton of stuff to take care of, and we'll see you back here on Sunday.
Yep.
For Lindsay Huddleston, Jack Ebling, live from Breslin Center. Have a great night, everyone.